Hey guys, thanks for watching and I hope you're having a great day. I've console swapped 3 of my cars now, so I figured I'd do a quick video on kind of why and how I've done that and kind of what the motivation is. So the first car I console swapped is my 2002 WRX. I actually have 2 of them. One of them is a parts car, but I was able to find most of the parts I needed at a junkyard. I highly recommend doing your research because I left behind a bracket that I ended up having to buy from Subaru at, retail parts cost. So I certainly could have saved myself a little bit of money and trouble had I done my research first. But I found a wrecked 2005 WRX. It was a wagon. I have a 2002 WRX that's a sedan, and the console was a pretty straightforward swap. So I'll show you the original console in the parts car and then the new console in this car. So in the parts car, you can see that this is not completely put together here. Basically, this is the original console. You can see the cup holder is actually up here in the dash. That's a really ridiculous design because unfortunately it drips right into the radio if you put anything that sweats in there. Also, the only other cup holder is right here in the center console, and then this e-brake handle is on the wrong side. I think that's because, obviously these cars in Japan were right-hand drive, not left-hand drive. So I think this is just kind of a, not lazy, but it took them some time to re-engineer things to move it over to the correct side for us. And then of course this is just kind of crazy. So let me show you the difference in the newer WRXs. So let's walk around here. All right, so this is my 2002 WRX, and it's got the 2005 console. It's also got STI interior and stuff like that. But this console is out of the 2005 WRX. There's a couple problems when you do this. There's not a mounting point for this, which is a different piece that doesn't have that trim. You do have to buy, I know, this body part, or this bezel that goes around these. This, I think, is from a Forester, and then you get this neat little pocket down there that's a lot cleaner looking. But the biggest advantage is right here. You get 2 very usably sized cup holders, and the e-brake handle is now on the correct side for the left-hand drive car. Now, this is not perfect. The cable length is slightly different, so you'll see this is really tall. There's a couple ways to deal with that. Some people put a clamp on there. That's also known to cause some problems. Other people are able to just adjust it using, because this is a drum brake inside of the rear rotors, so you're able to adjust that like a standard drum brake, and then you can adjust it, of course, on this actual piece, just like most vehicles as well. But long story short, I don't think twice about doing this again. Made the car just really usable, so I really appreciate that. Also, it lowered this, which makes that a lot more satisfactory as well, as far as the height that's at. So after I did this one, I didn't really think about it for any of my other cars for quite a while, and that was a mistake, because I have a 1998 4Runner, and the 1998 4Runner has terrible cup holders as well. So let's take a look at what was originally in the car. So this is the original setup. So no cup holders, e-brakes in the middle, and then you've got some storage right here. Of course, this is a 20-something-year-old car now, so everything's not in the best possible shape. So essentially, to do this swap, and I'll link some other videos from the guys I watch do this. Basically, you need 4 parts. You need the complete center console, the e-brake handle, this bracket, which is for the rear of this console, and then this bracket is actually where that cable comes through for the e-brake handle. Now, there's several different versions of this, so you've got to get the right one for your vehicle. I have rear air with cup holders and an ashtray, so I had to find one that had the rear air function. You can see they're cut out here and there in order to accommodate that. So let's look at it in the vehicle. So this is the new console. Got all these parts at a junkyard. Actually raised this quite a bit, which in this car is actually quite nice. You get the full storage there, but you also get this additional kind of weird little storage in here. But by far the best part So it does move the e-brake handle, you know, back to this passenger side, but of course, you know, you're not going to be pulling the e-brake handle except when you're parking in this vehicle. But look at the cup holders, way more usable. I still have the factory cup holders up here as well, and they're still functional, though they do sweat right onto the radio like in the old WRX. This is a manual, so it's a little bit different. Most of these are going to be automatic, but long story short, you know, that alone just made this car so much more usable, you know, just to have really accessible cup holders. And then fast forward to now with my 2007 Sequoia. So I bought my 2007 Sequoia limited. It's fully loaded and it had the DVD package in it. Well, somebody swapped that out for an Alpine DVD package. So let's take a look. So this is what used to be inside of my center console, was the stock Toyota DVD player. And of course this worked with their whole system. Underneath that console was a stock JBL amplifier and a lot of wiring that isn't necessary anymore once you eliminate this DVD player and the stock amplifier. I bought this whole console at a junkyard for like 50 bucks just to get the guts to be able to swap the console. So now let's take a look at the vehicle with the console swap, and you can kind of see why I did it and how much it cleaned things up. So I've also swapped out a lot of the wood grain. You can see this is the factory wood grain. I'm going for this hammered gray look now, but as you can see, there's a ton of room in this console. It just made it way more usable, and I was already swapping out a lot of these parts just because I wanted to customize it to my liking, and that just made the center console have way more space in it. Didn't affect cup holders because this is such a newer vehicle. I think the Japanese car companies have finally caught on to the fact that, you know, Americans want good cup holders, but it took them a little while to get there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. Again, let's like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.